Hey there, welcome to the Lumiere channel. This has been on my heart for a while. I couldn't tell you why, but to whom it may concern, this is a reading for those who are currently facing homelessness, those who are currently homeless, people who don't feel like they have a home physically. This could apply to those who don't feel like they have a home emotionally, spiritually, mentally, familially. For those who align with a sense of homelessness. So, this is a reading for you. And I hope it's a message that serves you in some way. Why comes out. Why is a very complicated card, but it's also a very personally meaningful card. In any case, it really asks why. Maybe you're asking why, or you're asked to ask yourself why. I have a message, please, for those currently feeling hopeless. The tribe in reverse, the tribe in protection. I mean, that's not having that community, not having that tribe, essentially, home, in the sense of belonging. In reverse, it does say not stepping out of who you are to belong, and sometimes that can lead to homelessness. There are many sort of teens who have come out to their parents, their family, and have been kicked out of the house for being homosexual or queer, and not following more heteronormative structures. So it's something that's a thing. But on the flip side, there's some who have substance abuse, and because of the headstrongness in that substance, or the addiction to that substance, sense of self is tainted in that substance, and the inability to remove themselves chemically from the substance is a big reason why they're kicked out of the tribe or don't have a tribe that serves them, or something like that. Okay. Here we have 4 cards. This could be either way. What I'm getting here is allowing yourself to get help, allowing yourself to ask for help, and being gentle with yourself in the process. Yin in protection is essentially, yin, the principle of yin is like conscious allowing, right? It's allowing oneself to receive, to be given to. in protection here, it's almost like not waiting is what I'm kind of hearing. Like not waiting to be given to, but not so much not waiting to be given to in terms of like you're just kind of asking, but like in a way that you're not asking. Like, oh my god. What I'm seeing here with yin and protection is gently putting your foot forward in certain places. And it's looking like there may be places that can help with this leg up in protection, but maybe someone not looking to them for help, someone not choosing those options and instead choosing to be alone. While the circumstances of whatever is going on in your world are what they are, and you've maybe been cast out, or you are regardless to in the sea, in the rocky leaning and rocking of the boat of life, or on the oceans of life rather. It looks like there seems to be some place to find some sort of refuge. Not so much refuge, but some place to ask for help, because a leg up in protection is just a stressing on getting help. But instead it's almost like someone opting here to be alone. Even in the presence of help. It's looking like, I'm going to read these just so they may make a little bit more sense to you in case you need that. But with orphaned here, it's someone feeling quite alone. This could be more so showing that someone may have believed that people would be there to help, and rather they've seen that no one is there to help and they're alone. Let's read a leg up in protection. Are you always insisting on doing everything yourself? Do you have little faith that help will come, convinced that the burden of the world is doomed to remain on your shoulders? Your beliefs about going it alone need to be discarded, as they do not serve you at all. Let others help you. Yes, it will make you feel vulnerable to admit you need a helping hand, but to be vulnerable is good, for you have a lesson to learn. You must let someone else assist. You can't do life all by yourself. Once you shift your expectations, you'll be amazed by how quickly help arrives to give you a leg up. Orphaned is a message of someone is a message where where someone sort of feels ostracized, but also in turn ostracizes themselves in a way. I'm gonna read that to you because I don't want to make it sound like I'm blaming anybody for the circumstances of their life, especially something so sensitive as being homeless and feeling homeless at this time. So the oracle message is: we were all meant to have connections with other people within our family, society, and larger culture. No man is an island, and it's important to recognize when being a part of rather than separate from is essential to your well-being. The issue at hand is the need to find where you fit. Be true to your core truths and values. Perhaps you no longer identify with a group or community the way you did before and need to find a new situation. You might be feeling a deep sense of loss or confusion. Address the need for belonging and know that you will find your place with others of like mind and spirit. It's okay to let go of the pressure to fit in. Not everyone will understand you. It's time to move on. And this seems really kind of cyclical, to be honest, because the story of putting a gentle gesture out, putting a hand out, putting a piece of vulnerability out, and allowing yourself to receive help, allowing yourself to ask for help, allowing yourself to ask for assistance in a certain way. It's flanked by these two going it alone cards. The message here, though, with orphaned, I like it's where you can find It's, you can, help may come in the way, assistance may come in the way in places or people that you didn't expect. Um, where you may have to, excuse me, where you may have to think, where one may have to think outside the box, um, and perhaps not where they believed, where they believe it could be, or where they believe it could come from. But there is a movement here from a sense of belonging in one place to another sense of belonging in another. Whether this is by choice or whether this is by force, there is a move from one state of being to another, one state of physical being to another, one state of physical or mental, emotional, whatever sense of belonging to a new sense of belonging elsewhere. Um, and this could be even armed with someone not fully acknowledging the fact that I am homeless. I don't have a home to call my own. I'm squatting, or this isn't my home anymore. You know, it could be if you're watching this and you're just like, what's Luz doing? Hey, honey. Um, it could be a sense of where wherever you've been at is no longer, or is no longer serving you, and circumstances are such that it's for you to find a new place of belonging. And sometimes that can be a thought pattern, and for those who are lucky, really, it can be quite painful because it is in your being and you can't separate yourself from yourself. But then for others, it can be really physically, in a different sort of way, at a different level, um, physically stunning, physically jarring, physically painful, where you do literally have no home to call your own, no bed, no roof over your head, sleeping in a car, sleeping in a friend's place, sleeping in the streets, sleeping in a shelter, where your home isn't necessarily ideal, and ideal in the way that you would want it to be. There are some people who are homeless in a sense of a more obvious choice, where you live your life as a nomad, right? You travel from here to there, your home is your backpack. And for those of you who are watching this, okay, hey honey, how are you? um, there seems to be even then a message here for seeking and accepting a certain kind of help in whatever situation you're going through, if that's who you are. Um, and allowing yourself to have some roots, allowing yourself to plant some roots, and having a sense of belonging, having a place of belonging is okay. But it doesn't also have to be where you've come from. It doesn't have to be your previous or familiar peanut gallery. It could be an entirely different new one. And there is a sense of journey here to finding one, a sense of movement here, possibly through turbulent waters. I recorded some elemental love readings this week. But in any case, I woke up, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I woke up thinking about this card. The song Lean With It, Rock With It, Lean With It, Rock With It was playing in my mind, and this card came to mind. So perhaps it was for this reading. Where in this boat, where there is no land, you're amongst water, and the best you can do is lean with the tides and rock with the tides. It's turbulent water, but even through turbulence, you're still going somewhere. You're going somewhere worth that turbulence. You're going somewhere worth that rocky sort of sense of being. Oh, look, at the bottom is why and protection. Huh. So why and protection is a message that I'm pretty intimate with. It talks about exactly what I was talking about in a way that more so emphasizes the roundabout way that we find what it is we're looking for, the roundabout way that we ask for what it is that we are wanting. I mean, that's pretty not great. If you're asking for it, just kind of ask for it. Don't be passive. It's annoying for everybody, yourself included. But it's more so how I'm gonna read it. I don't really feel like breaking it down. It's a beautiful message that definitely deserves the aha moment that I've had for myself. So the why in reverse in protection message is sometimes subconsciously denying the truth may drive you toward a specific outcome that actually aligns with an intention hidden from your awareness. For example, you may want to be prominent in your profession, but your desire is not really about sharing your talents, but about making yourself feel better. Because fame would cause people to admire and approve of you. Or you may want to reunite with a partner who rejected you because you believe that your love continues to be strong. But deep down, what you really desire is to have the last word with that person. Now is the time for deep soul searching of the why that drives your choices. What you uncover will set you free and bring you even closer to the happiness you seek. So, there's that. I'm also going to read the To the Sea message. The Oracle message says, "Isn't it wonderful when you feel yourself in the flow of life, when events and conditions seem to engage you in a way that is fluid and effortless? This card reminds you that going with the flow is exactly what you need to do right now. Ride the wave of opportunity formed by perfect conditions. Allow trust and faith to guide you forward as you flow like a river into the sea of life." Which can seem a little ratchet in light of the circumstances of this reading, but I feel like it's almost like the turbulent waters is stepping out of your comfort zone and asking for the help that you need during this time. The help that you may need to come to the forefront and face yourself um, as the big boss battle in order to get the help that you need. Um, okay. Okay. I was avoiding this message, but here it is. Serendipity in reverse. I hate saying this, especially when people are going through a tough time, but sometimes I forget that it's actually really empowering. I hate saying it because of how it makes me feel saying it to someone going through something, but I feel like as someone going through something, someone may need to hear this when they're going through the thick of it. Essentially, with this serendipity message, I would rather read it as well. But it's almost like a bad things happen for a good reason. It's almost like certain things that happen in our lives set us up for something greater in the future. This reminds me of Joel Osteen's "Sometimes our setbacks are set-ups for comebacks." And personally, I can say that my setbacks in my life that I can remember, and a pretty big one this time last year, actually exactly this time last year. Exactly this time last year. Wow. I think this was the one of the second to last kind of like bricks of my tower completely just falling over. Something that you think is going to work out, or something that you thought, something that was meant for whatever, right? But I feel like it's sometimes it's like that, where you think something's gonna work out, and then you make the move and it just goes horribly, horribly wrong. It could be something like that, or it could just be life happening, and essentially it's the muddy waters, which is what I was saying. This is the muddy waters. Okay, this stuff is the muddy waters. This stuff is the turbulence that one may need to go through, either emotionally, spiritually, or actually physically, asking for help in certain places that you may not have wanted to, but may need to, or places that one may need to kind of figure through if help is help in the way that you think it needs to be for you. You know that better than I do. Help is such a broad, everything here is a broad term. But it's essentially where certain things that are meant to break you, make you stronger, and they may not make you stronger right now. They may not make you stronger in a week. They may not make you stronger in 2 months or even 2 years, but they are there for a purpose that's going to serve you. So if this is a position in your life that you're in right now, I can promise you that, can I promise you? I can. That is something that's going to make you stronger. And the best way to ensure that is to be present to what's going on for you and keep notes of it as if, I mean, this sounds so juvenile, but keep notes of it so that when you're up on that stage, when you're succeeding, you can relish in that success even more, and you have that drive and that hunger because of where you came from, because of what you've been through. And that way, when you get to your point of success, you won't have the fear of success because that shit is yours. The fuck? Are you kidding me? That shit is yours. You won't have to downplay your gifts, your skills, your talents because you fucking earned that shit. Many people have earned the stripes that they have, but they don't think they deserve them because they haven't maybe gone through such horrible things in their life, right? Maybe for some people have the self-worth stories and issues inside of them, but after this experience, with you clearly deciding the certain path that you want to take, with you being meticulous about the choices you make and the why behind your choices, you're getting stronger for the thing that's coming for you in the future. This is preparatory. So look around you, look at the hell that you're in, look at the position that you're in right now, and use it as fodder for that day and those days and that season, those years, those times in your life when you may feel unworthy, then you may feel low. You'll remember these moments and say, fuck, this is where I'm coming from. Like, divine has been good to me, and I rose from that situation, and here I am now. I can do shit, anything. All that glitters. Okay. Here what I'm saying is you may be feeling alone, but you're not alone. And I know, again, that's one of those things where it's like, no, but I am, but it's like, no, you're not. Like, Jesus is with you. God is with you. The divine is with you through this. Because what I'm seeing here is with all that glitters and this orphaned, it's the glitter, the glitz is this card basically talks about seeing what's going on underneath, seeing what's really going on. And while it may seem like you are alone, while it may seem that there is no one with you, while it may seem that you may be abandoning what was or you have been abandoned, what's really going on underneath is like you haven't. It's a facade. It's one of those like the devil is a liar, you know. It's more of a facade. So I'm gonna read that to you, and it may take a little bit of finessing. I will say the fates is missing here. We have 16 and 18, and here would be the fates 17, and I believe it would probably be maybe I would say 50-50 in the upright. So you're not alone. The fates are with you. Fate is taking you towards a certain path that you don't see right now, but fate's got you. And to me, the fates, especially in this deck, it's God. So yeah, you really are not alone. It's the divine source. Oh, I'm reading the Serenity Prayer. I just flipped to the Fates card. I'm going to read it to you. The Serenity Prayer sums up the meaning of this card. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference, which is so on point with the position that it would be in, which would be more of the sideways. Lumiere reads every single freaking angle of cards, okay? I am pedantic like that, and I love my reversals. I love the way my intuition tells me and what's going on and communicates with me through the cards. I know people are all about the uprights, but I'm all about the way that the message decides to move through me, and that's how it comes through. So, it would be in this sort of position here, or mostly in the upright, definitely not in the, well, it could be in the reverse, but I'm feeling it more in the upright. So I'm going to do this one more time. It's God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Which brings me back to that why. What is in your power truly right now to help in your current circumstances? If it's in your power to ask for help, that's in your power to ask for help. So ask for help where you need to ask for help. The type of help that you ask for is the type of help that you get to choose what you ask for and who you ask for that. Don't forget that you do have a certain modicum of control in this situation. Okay, reading the all that glitters mess. Oh, my goodness. Oh, you're backwards. Hee hee hee. Okay, all that glitters. It's only human to want to adorn oneself in trinkets and paint a pretty picture of oneself. It's natural to want to acquire the trappings of status, or to deny them as a statement of rebellion. But if it sparkles, is it better? Whether it's a fast car, a big house, a title or position, the stamp of authority, or the sparkling of diamonds, these icons let you know something about a person, place, or thing. Or do they? The truth, this is so deep. The truth is that people seek to acquire things because of what they will do for them and how they symbolically will elevate them and make them more attractive. This card signals that it's time to see beyond the adornments and probe underneath the surface. Learn to recognize the masks people wear and the motives underlying them. Imagine that all the glitter is gone. Would you still desire the object or person? So if you're feeling low about yourself because of the certain circumstances of your life, and you're missing the glitter being a fucking home, the glitter being certain types of clothing, the glitter being trinkets and jewels and shoes and watches and whatever, those things. With those things more or less stripped from you in whatever way that they have been, are you still who you are? Are you still proud of the person that you are? If not, then it may be a time for you to look into, again, your why, who you are as a person, and begin making love to that person. Begin creating love to who you are. Begin making and forming a bond with the relationship you have with yourself. Because that's truly who you are, like the essence of who you are, not all of these things that we have. This carpet, this cloth does not make this reading. I need these cards, okay? Personally, but if I didn't have a tripod, if I didn't have, video and just had audio, would reading mean anything less? If this was stripped down to the bare bones, would this carry any more weight than whatever? If my nails were jacked up or no nail polish or whatever, would this message carry anything different? The message is the message is the message. A rose by any other name is still a rose. You are still a rose, and it could be for you to find out what's rosy about you, which again is about that self-worth. Or when you reach a certain level, it's not about whether you have the car, the clothes, whatever, like basic things. The glittery stuff's not, you need food, obviously you need clean water, obviously, like those are life essentials. But when it comes to everything else, those things don't make you who you are. A home doesn't make you who you are. You are not a homeless person. You are a person without a home. Right? You're a person living outside of a home. You're still a person. Homeless does not define you. It's just a state of being where you're currently at right now. So when it comes to your self-worth and what you are willing to accept as far as help, remember who you are as a person. Yes, there's a saying, beggars can't be choosers, but I had to deal with this not so long ago, actually. But you're still a human being, and you still have human dignity. And while your options may not be as you would like them to be in certain circumstances, know that you still have a certain voice. You still have a say, especially when it pertains to you, because you are watching yourself and you're going to judge yourself, and you need to be able to embrace yourself and be gentle with yourself, your expectations, and what it is that you want for yourself and who you are moving forward and in this space. Okay? I hope this served you in some way. Let's see if we can get you a spirit animal to a spirit animal message. I saw Colette's like thing, and I don't remember what she said. Something about something. I don't get it. Oh, Colette. Oh, this guy jumped out. These guys jumped out. Ooh. Elephant spirit says learn from the past. An electric eel spirit in protection says bring your ideas to life. Very interesting. 24 and 25, but they're in reverse. That's funny. How did you guys wind up together? Separated. Alright. May I please get a spirit animal message that would be meaningful to whomever is watching this? The person who is currently in a state of homelessness and in a state of finding themselves and knowing themselves deeper through homelessness, please. Just one animal spirit would be great. I don't know you. Okay. Oh, that's weird. Snake spirit at the bottom of the deck says time to heal. Okay. Ant spirit. Time to collaborate. Flamingo spirit. Embrace the in-between. Yeah, Ant spirit is the first card. Oh my goodness. B. Ant spirit in protection is essentially a leg up and orphaned message together. Because I read this to you, remember? I want you to hear if this sounds familiar. Colette B copy paste in her decks, but I love it. It makes for a very cohesive read and a very emphasized one. So babe, to you, Ant Spirit shows up. Okay, Ant Spirit is here for you, a message for you. Do you really believe you have to do everything yourself? Does that sound familiar? Do you believe that somehow any help you get will be disappointing or not good enough? Perhaps it's time to perhaps it's time to address your issues of control and bias toward the negative. It doesn't matter where or why you came to be pessimistic or mistrustful. Oh my god, excuse me. The fact that Ant Spirit is showing up now is a sign that you have an opportunity to heal and to relearn to trust that others will show up for you in a genuine way. Ant Spirit wants you to remember that your expectations and limiting beliefs are a vibrational offering that draws in the opposite of what you desire. Spirit wants to help you and will send collaborative partners your way. It's time to see the universe as conscious and connected, loving and helpful, but you must participate in this activity of co-creation. Creating reality is not just about dreaming. If you are feeling orphaned from the community, reach out and communicate. If you feel vulnerable, know that being present in your vulnerability can help you draw in someone who wants to assist you. Trust in your partnership with Spirit, and your outer conditions will start to reflect that. Then you will see the miracles waiting for you, including partners who appear ready to lend a hand and to give you a leg up. So babe, I hope this served you in some way. And I hope that you found this helpful, or at least a message to keep holding on to. Maybe some food for thought as well. I wish you everything. I wish you everything. I wish you everything. Have an amazing day. Keep your light on, and good luck. Okay?